Hi, welcome to the Nursing Dose with your host, Dr. Farah Laurent. Today, I want to talk to you about why visibility is the new resume. It's the first month of the year. So many nurses out there are looking for a new position, a new role. Maybe you want to get a promotion or you want to switch entirely, maybe go into education, leadership, or maybe you just graduated. You're a brand new nurse, a new graduate nurse looking to get into a specialty area. What I will say is, yes, do you need a resume? Yeah, you do need a resume. You need keywords. You need all those things. But guess what is better than an actual resume? Visibility. And what do I mean by visibility? Let's get into it. I have 3 tips that'll help you be more visible so that you can get hired faster and even just be considered for other opportunities beyond just landing that dream role that you really want. Okay. Whether that's getting a speaking opportunity, being invited to a panel, whatever that looks like for you, let's get into it. Okay. For those who don't know me, I've been a nurse for over 20 years. I've helped over 200 new nurses land their dream role in ICU, ED, emergency, right? Medicine, like I just said, NICU, psych, and some of them, while still in nursing school, they got same day offers or same week offers, even despite being told by recruiters that they needed a year experience. Okay. So I'm helping these nurses make anywhere from $100,000 to $175,000. So if you want to learn how to get hired faster, join me this Friday in my free training, my free webinar. The link is in the bio. Or if you don't see the link, just go to newnursejob.com. All right. So let's get into it. Also, yes, I'm the host of Nurses Making Business Moves, which is a business conference specifically for nurses who are ready to level up, ready to start making money moves and business moves, whether you have a business or you don't and you're thinking about starting a business. This is the conference for you. It's going to be lit. It's going to be the conference of the year. So you don't want to miss it. March 6th and 7th in Tampa, Florida. So let's get into it. What is visibility? Okay. So when I say visibility, I mean visibility online and in person, and also visibility in terms of being searchable. So when people search for you on Google, there is some type of digital footprint. So that's what I mean by visibility. So people want to see your face, like you're seeing my face now. And people joke all the time. They're like, Farah, you're always in my feed, or you're like on the For You page on TikTok or whatever, right? So I'm on all the platforms. Well, I say all the platforms, which are LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram and TikTok right now. So shout out to everybody who's currently watching. Let me know where you're watching from, what city, what country. Let me know if you have any comments or questions. Drop them in the chat, right? But really, my favorite platforms, I'd say, are LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube, right? But again, it depends what it is that you're trying to do. So, yes, you need to show up on platforms. If you want to secure your dream role, then LinkedIn is where you need to be. So, let's start with my first tip about visibility. Number one is you need to show up online, particularly on LinkedIn, if you're trying to get a job, because it's the number one professional platform. You will have access to people worldwide. So even if you're looking for a remote job, you will find people who can hire you from anywhere, essentially, right? So why LinkedIn? You need to show up on LinkedIn before you actually need a job. But let's say you don't have an account. I highly, strongly recommend that you get yourself a LinkedIn account, especially if you are a nursing student watching this right now. If you're a new grad, it's not too late. Get your LinkedIn account right away. What does that do for you? It's simple. Hiring managers and recruiters will Google you. They will look you up specifically on LinkedIn. And if they can't find you, that means you may not get called for an interview, right? So that's why it's so important to have a LinkedIn profile that is all the way filled out, that you have a profile photo, you have an about me section that's filled out, your certification, education, all that is filled out. And if they see that you are on LinkedIn and that you're active, you have maybe an article that you wrote or a post, or you simply have done um, an introduction video. This is something that I highly recommend to all my new graduate nurses. I teach them how to optimize their LinkedIn profile and how to do an introduction video on LinkedIn. If you're interested to learn more, if you're a new grad, join me this Friday at my free training. The link is in the bio, or simply go to newnursejob.com and I have a free training that breaks down what you need to know about how to interview better and how to get hired faster. Okay, this Friday at 1 p.m. You don't want to miss it, because once it fills up, that's it. All right. So, yes, we figure that out. Obviously, hiring managers, recruiters will look you up. 95% of recruiters will look you up before they invite you for a interview. Okay? So, really, LinkedIn is like your living, breathing resume. It's better than an actual paper copy. Okay? I don't recommend you putting your resume on LinkedIn. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you have something like that up, please take it down. Okay? Don't do it. Okay? And then I would say try to post at least once a week, or at least 2 to 3 times a week, whether it's, and I'm talking about your own content. So like maybe writing a quote, writing something about why you went into nursing, maybe a little article, just try to be consistent. Even if you don't do once a week, at least do once a month. Have something there that is demonstrating maybe why you wanted to go into the specialty area that you want to go into. For me, it was emergency medicine. Let's say you want to go into ICU or labor and delivery, whatever the case is, write something about why you want to go into that specialty and what you can bring to that specialty. Okay. The more you show up on LinkedIn, the more visibility, the more trust you will build, and trust will get you hired faster. And sometimes you may get hired without even applying for a job. A recruiter might see you and reach out to you. So it takes away a lot of the work. And let's get into number 2. Number 2 is lead with your story. Okay. I teach interview skills to new grads all the time, and even to experienced nurses. People remember stories. They want to connect, right? So for me, I always tell my story. I started out in Canada as a new graduate nurse, and I actually got hired as a nursing student in the ER. And the way it happened was, I love the ER. I was one of 2 people that got to go in the ER as my last rotation. And my clinical instructor, one of my clinical instructors, asked me what type of nurse I wanted to be. And I was like, I want to be an ER nurse. And she's like, absolutely not. It's never going to happen. You're too unorganized. You should go to med surg. And I was like, no, I'm going to the ER. And I was like, watch me. Like, no one can tell me that I can't make something happen. So, of course, worked really hard in that ER, made some great connections. I told the story about why I wanted to be an ER nurse. And I was in there for like 5 or 6 weeks, and they hired me. I started working in the ER 2 days after graduation. I was the only one out of like 110 graduates that started working 2 days after graduation. And I didn't even take my boards, and they hired me. Okay. And not only did I get one offer in the ER, I got 2 offers, because I interviewed for both of the ERs that were in my city. There was the 2 main ERs, but of course I took the trauma one because I love that more. So tell your story, talk to people. You never know who you're going to meet. Go to networking events, which we're going to get into in a little bit. And tell stories that highlight your leadership, your teamwork, your advocacy, your stories where maybe you, like, clinically you were strong, maybe you saw a change in condition, you stepped up, escalated it, or whatever the case is. Problem solving, adaptability, they want to see that. So if you can share a story like that, or at least have them ready to go for your interview, or if you're just in conversation with other nurses, if you meet someone at an event, you can say, hey, I would love to be an ICU nurse. Do you have any tips for me? And then talk to them about why you want to be an ER nurse. And then you never know. They might be like, oh, I know so-and-so at so-and-so. Let me connect you. Boom. Okay. And that's also the power of LinkedIn. You could DM people, start conversations on LinkedIn, and also meet people in person that you meet on LinkedIn. So another powerful way to network, right? So number 2 is lead with your story for visibility, because people will always remember your story and they can relate with your story. Okay. And then number 3 for visibility is really confidence, right? Building up that confidence muscle and also that courage, because you're not just born with confidence. It's something you need to work at. It's a skill. And if you're showing up consistently on LinkedIn, whether you're posting or even creating videos like I create videos, you are going to be a better communicator. Your confidence will get, oops, there goes my earring. Your confidence will get boosted, and you'll just develop better skills. Okay. So build your confidence muscle by showing up at events, having the courage to go up to people, to speak to them, introduce yourself. When you're in your clinical rotations, don't be afraid to go up to a hiring manager and say, hey, I'm about to graduate, or I just graduated. I would love to work on your unit. Can you give me your card, your email, or can I set up a time to talk to you? Make things happen. Don't just sit back and think, oh, I'm just going to wait. No. Make things happen. Be confident, have that courage and that boldness to make things happen. Go up to people, ask for the connection, introduce yourself at in-person events or on LinkedIn. I do it all the time. I'm always in people's DMs on LinkedIn, like, hey, thanks for connecting. I'm so-and-so. Do you want to jump on a Zoom? Da. Okay. So number 1, show up on LinkedIn before you need to get hired. And LinkedIn is your living, breathing resume. And it's the best place to connect with people, both online and offline. You create great relationships. Number 2, lead with your story. Number 3, start building that confidence and that courage, and make the ask. And start showing up with confidence and practicing introducing yourself, all of the things. And that's how you're going to get hired faster. People are watching always. You never know who is watching, when you write a post, all that type of stuff. So start making these connections, be more visible online and in person, and things will happen for you. Please show up to the webinar this Friday, the 16th. For my free training. This is for all new graduate nurses. The link is in the bio, or go to newnursejob.com. For all my nurses that are interested in business, you want to start a business or grow your current business, build up your brand, your visibility, come to nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com and you can get your ticket to the conference. Okay, nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com. I'll drop all the links below. I'll see you in my next videos or my next live. Thanks for showing up. Take care. Bye. Take care, y'all.